How's it going?
So 1 week, 5 rounds. I mean, are you like out here just trying to prove a point to people or make a statement?
I think as my career, I've been fighting for close to 15 years now, and I know that I only got, a couple good years left in me, and the more that I realize that, the more that I want to take advantage of every opportunity when it presents itself, the more that it's kind of like you don't realize what you have until it's gone. I think COVID showed all of us a lot of that. I love this. I love to fight. I love to go out there. I love to perform. I love the fans. I love the media. And sometimes you can just become so tangled up in all the monotony of fighting, of the training and the pressure, and the negativity of the outside noise, and you forget about all the things that made you fall in love with it to begin with. And so when this opportunity presented itself, I was telling my husband, like, stop playing with my emotions. I guess this whole year has kind of been a series of up and downs for me, and just falling back in love with performing, with fighting. And so I told my husband, yeah, let's do it.
How did the opportunity come about? Because we knew we were in need of a main event, right?
Yeah.
And it seemed like you were like, I'm in, but the UFC wasn't really announcing anything. So I guess first, did you put your hand in the air? Did they come to you? And then what happened while we were all trying to figure out if this was going to happen or not?
We were kind of fishing for a fight in May, but it didn't look like it was going to happen. So I was bummed, honestly. I was really bummed. I remember visiting family in El Paso and watching the fight with Rose and Wei Li, and just having this kind of like pit in my stomach, like, I want to get in there, especially with the fans. And just, hoping and praying and wishing for it. And, it's my wishes came true. I got a call on Monday, and I honestly thought Josh was messing with me. And I sat down and I thought about it, and I was, I know I'm ready. And so I said, let's do it.
Was there any part of you that said, let's do it for 3 rounds? Like, can we see if maybe they want us to do 5 rounds?
I think that's a responsibility of a headliner, is to close the show, is to bring it home. And, if they're going to have faith in me to close the show, I want to be able to provide that for them. Plus, I think that 5-round plays into my favor. This will be my 4th UFC main event. I've also done main events for Invicta. And so it's not anything I'm not used to. I think that I gain steam as the fight goes on. I can push the pace. I train at high elevation. So this is nothing new to me, and honestly, it plays in my favor.
Nice. Stylistically, what do you think about the matchup? I got to think that it seems like an opponent that would be kind of fun in the way your styles match up.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a stand-up banger Muay Thai. She likes heavy right hand, good clinch. And I really like this fight stylistically. Like I said, I have been in there with the best of the best strikers, with Joanna and Rose. I know where I stand in the division, so I think this is a great matchup for me to show the world that I belong at the top.
Nice. I guess we'll know on Saturday, but do you feel like there's any advantages to this type of setup? I think about all the anxiety and all the monotony and stuff that you talked about that goes into like fight prep, right? You don't have to live any of that, right? It's just like, let's just go and get this done. Is there any good in that?
I think it depends on the fighter, and it depends on where you are mentally. Everybody, breaks down their fights differently. Everybody prepares for their fights differently. But I'm at a stage at my career and in my life where I'm just confident with who I am. I'm confident with what I've become as a martial artist. And I was talking to my husband. This year, I made it a point to challenge myself to do something that was outside of my comfort zone, as often as I could. And before we even were looking for fights, I did this David Goggins 4x4x48, not training. I'm not a runner. And it was 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. And I did it. And when I did it, it's horrible. It was horrible, but once I decided that I was going to do it and that I was going to finish it, then nothing else mattered. And that's kind of how I'm approaching this.
Nice. Did he do it with you?
Yes.
Oh, good support.
Yeah, we kicked butt. We had to warn our little one that we were going to be a little cranky for the next 2 days, and she was. I mean, she's a trooper. She's our biggest support. So it was great.
That's awesome. Well, this will certainly be a big win. Like I said, stepping in on short notice, main event, good opponent. So what is the plan? It sounds like you're kind of looking at your career a little bit different. What do you see as your path for this year after a big win here?
I just want to seize every moment that I can wisely. I think that your fight career, especially with the UFC, is all about timing. And I saw this opportunity as that piece of sushi that I wanted to get on the sushi train, and if I didn't snatch it up, somebody else was going to. So, I was hungry and I got to eat.
So I'm wondering if you could talk to you saying that you felt revitalized because of the last year and stuff. How has that shown itself in your training? The fact that you want to do this, the fact that you're not considering it the grind anymore. Now that you're really savoring every moment.
Well, it is still a grind, but I've learned how to embrace the grind, how to enjoy the grind, how to live in the fire, how to become the fire, and I really like that aspect. I like the idea that life is hard, that there are circumstances in life that you can't control, and you decide to thrive anyways. And so that's kind of the approach that I've been taking with my life and with my fighting career.
And we're not trying to say that you're walking away anytime soon, but you said to yourself that maybe a couple more years left. When you have a little clock in your head, knowing that, okay, a couple more years, does that give you more of a fire to be like, I need to achieve things because I have a shorter window now, and is that really propelling you?
I wouldn't say it's a need, but more so a want. A want to showcase what skills and abilities I have. I mean, there's so many cool things that I do at the gym that I'm like, holy moly, I just did that. But, when the lights are on and everybody's watching, that's when it counts. And I want to be able to perform the way I do in the gym under the lights. And so that's a motivation for me, that to leave my stamp and to be the best version of myself I can be. Thanks, guys.